Hurricane preparedness. This is also going to go for tornadoes, any type of weather related event. I know I promised this video back when I did the channel update, so here it is. I know hurricane preparedness might be a topic that doesn't really go with the laws, but greatly affect everybody in the state. So once the storms comes through, we more of a search and rescue. Some of us go through and help clear the roads. Some of us go through and help find people that may be entrapped or injured. A lot of times when storms come through, all this is done mostly on foot until the roads get opened up or cleared. That's another reason why they tell you if don't go out looking for damage and stuff once it's over with, because you're congesting the roads that are already cluttered up. If you don't have to leave the house, don't leave the house, because you're going to be interfering with what we have going on. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on outside to get life back to normal. So if you don't have to leave, stay inside. Okay, hurricane season is from June 1st to November 30th. So I was doing this video earlier so people have time to prepare and get a plan together, get supplies. Everything else going on in the world, supplies are probably going to be limited anyway, so make sure you have enough time to get that started. On the planning part, you need to ask yourself, what is your plan? Are you staying where you're at? Are you leaving? Do you already have a plan? Do you have the supplies? Does your friends and family know where you're going to be? How are you getting your information or communicating with others? Pre-storm planning. Are you in a safe place, staying home, or going to another location or a shelter? If you don't know where shelters are, start asking your local agencies. They'll be able to tell you where your shelters will be in time of emergency. It's best to know that beforehand and don't wait last minute to ask. What is your location risk? Are you near water, creeks, rivers? Do you have trees around your house? Is there loose debris in the yard? Is there anything that hurricane tornado might be able to pick up and put through your house or wherever else you're staying? If you're somewhere where you have gutters or drains or anything of that matter, open them up. That way you can get the water flowing. Make an emergency plan with important family information and contact numbers of relatives just in case. Make copies with pictures so your kids can get back into the right person, meet up point, and make sure to laminate the information so it's waterproof. If something does happen and you get separated from your kids, we need a way of knowing who your kids are. If we can't find you, we need a close relative that you trust to watch them, so we're not having to hunt just one person. Make sure your relatives know that the kids have their information and that's a possibility. Plan for the worst and hope for the best. Something may happen to you. We need to get those kids somewhere safe and for somebody that will actually watch after them and take care of them. Same way, if we have phone numbers, if phones are still working, we'll be able to call. If not, we need addresses and locations, something they can keep in their pockets. If you have to, you can write their name and address on the inside of their hand, wrist, back of the hand, somewhere. The more information we have, the better off we are. Same way, if something happens to you and you're not able to talk, we'll have a way to get back around and to try to get information. And as the storm is approaching and prior to, make sure all important electronics are charged, be it your cell phone, your radios, however you plan on communicating, whether it's handheld radios, your emergency radios. They make sure everything is charged up prior to the event. Make sure your vehicles are full of gas and capable of travel. This is something a lot of people don't think about. Make sure you know all the ways out of your neighborhood or in the area you live in. A lot of people travel one way and that's the only way they know. If a storm comes through, that way may be blocked. You need to know alternative routes if you have to leave. Like I said before, don't leave unless you have to. Sometimes you've got to leave and that's understandable, but make sure you know other ways away. Don't get stuck on one path because it may be blocked. Get your supplies ahead of time, which I made a list. It's a rough list. Add to it, take away, however you need it. Don't forget to plan for your pets. That's a huge one. Don't leave them tied up. I've seen that several times. If you're making a plan for you, make a plan for all your pets. Make plans to keep your food cold. If you have a lot of freezers, a lot of people out here hunt, they have freezers full of meat. Unplug unnecessary electronics. You could have power surges, you can have water damage in them. When power comes back on, you don't want them to short circuit, cause fires. Then you have a whole nother emergency on your hands that you really don't need to be worrying with. Water, at least 1 gallon per person per day. Supply 3 days for evacuation or 2 weeks supply for staying at home. Fresh water is going to be key. You can go a while without food, but you can't go that long without water. As we go through, I'm going to put up pictures like this right here. We're going to talk about, this is water storage. This collapsible water jug comes in 1.3, 2.6, and 5.3 gallon capacities. They are food grade and odorless, non-perishable food, and easy to prepare, and do it as the same supply as the water. If you're going to be evacuating, you need 3 days supply. If you plan on staying, you need a 2-week supply at least. This right here is a 30-day 2-bucket bundle that has 1,800 calories and 50 grams of of protein per day. Keep in mind that these require water, so plan for extra water storage. Flashlight. Any type of flashlight will work. If you plan on staying in, I like these lanterns because they can be powered 3 different ways. They have a built-in battery, and you can also use 3 AA batteries. They come in a pack of 4. Your national weather radio. This is Amazon's choice of the weather radio. It can be charged or powered in 6 different ways and scans the weather bands. It also has 2 different lights. You can see in the picture it's not very big. If you're going to have all these electronics, you need extra batteries, so I picked this kit here. It's Amazon Basics, 108 count alkaline battery super value pack. Has 48 AA's, 36 AAA's, 8 C's, 8 D's, 8 9-volts, and they have a 10-year shelf life. First aid kits. Like in my previous video, I like these 2 right here because they're more trauma oriented. They're not your basic first aid kits. If you're going to be in a situation with hurricanes, tornadoes, anything like that, any damage that may acquire from there is probably going to have a lot of trauma involved, something a little bit more serious than a normal first aid kit. You can also build these. These are just for reference, so you can look at medications. If you're close to run out of medications, see if you can get an early refill due to weather. I know some things you can't, but do not get stuck without your medication. Tools. That's your knives, saws, shears, axe. You know your exact needs. You know what's around your house. You know what the potential risk is. If you think you may have to cut your way out of your own driveway, get your chainsaw, make sure it's ready and good to go. Your sanitation and personal hygiene products. This is men and women. You need your toilet paper, your wipes, the other feminine hygiene products, your tampons, pads. Make sure you have plenty of them because they may be hard to find. Pads and tampons can also be used for wound care. Copies of your important document. For, like I previously stated, you need copies for you, your kids, your family, and stuff of that nature. But also, you don't really know what's going to happen to your house, your cars, your situation. One thing you don't want to worry about is where all your documents are, and your cell phone with charger. Make sure you keep your phone charged before the event. You can also have a battery pack to charge it up. Generators. This generator here is a tri-fuel. That's very rare. Your dual fuels is very common, which is gasoline and propane, but this one's also gasoline, propane, and natural gas. And if you want to get away from the gasoline, here is a portable power station. It's just like a generator, but it's battery powered, so there's no gas, no loud engine to worry with, any upkeep, maintenance. I picked this one. This one's going to be on the expensive side of things, but I picked it because it also has the solar panels to charge it with. It comes as a kit. These are higher priced, but you don't have to buy the gas and everything to go along with it. Cash. Get extra cash out before the event because ATMs probably aren't going to work. They have power and communication for ATMs. If people can't get to the bank, can't get your money out, and banks don't normally keep a lot of money in them, so if everybody rushes to them after the storm to try to get cash out, chances are they're not going to have it. Extra fuel. If you have the gas generator, you know you're going to need fuel for it. Depends on how long you're going to stay there, the severity of the storm, depends on how much gas you really need, and keep a little extra for your vehicle because you don't know how long you're going to have to travel or sit in traffic. Just like earlier, plan for your pets, which is extra pet food and supplies that your pets need. Bug spray and sun protection. Bugs are already bad in Mississippi. Mosquitoes most definitely, especially that time of year, so make sure you keep extra spray and sun protection. You don't want to get sunburned in the middle of this because there's nothing anybody will be able to do for you. And battery operated fan. Baby supplies. If you have kids, babies, you know what you need. Formula, diapers, white. Get them ahead of time because you don't know if you'll be able to get out to get them or if stores are going to have them. If you start planning now, you won't have to worry about last minute people going there emptying the shelves. If you plan on staying at your house, you don't know how long power is going to be out or how long you're going to be there. Get books, games, puzzles, things to kill the time. As I go through here, there's some things that are from weather.com and a few other online sources like FEMA and MEMA and MDOT. 5 hurricane hazards: your winds, storm surge, inland flooding, tornadoes, and rip current. Strengthen your home, cover your windows, trim trees, secure all your doors, secure loose outdoor items, move vehicles to a safe location. Help your neighbors prepare, check in after the storm passes. Help your neighbors evacuate. That's what I was saying earlier. Make sure your friends, families, and even your neighbors know, because we come to your house, your neighbors will be able to tell us whether you're there or not. That way we know we're not looking for you. Or if your house is destroyed and wiped out, and your neighbors are still there, at least we know that they'll be able to tell us that, hey, you went to a shelter, you went to a family member, you went somewhere else, you evacuated. That way we're not spending a lot of time looking for people that weren't even there to begin with. Complete a written plan, have a contact list, family, friends, doctor, vet, utilities, have at least one contact outside of the impact area. Keep your important documents together for quick access. Share your plan with your friends and families and even your neighbors. The Mississippi Hurricane Evacuation Map, here it is. You can pause it, click on it, or you can go to MDOT and receive a copy of it, download it. 4. Know where you will go, whether it's a family member's house, a shelter, or a hotel. Review your primary evacuation route and have a secondary route planned just in case. Make arrangements for your pets. Pets are not allowed in most shelters. Seek information from local officials regarding road closures and additional emergency information. Fill up your gas tank and have cash on hand. On the road, stay on official evacuation routes. A GPS may misdirect you on roads that are closed. Tune to local radio stations for emergency information updates. FM radio stations. Take your time and be patient. Make sure your cars are full because you don't know how long you're going to be in traffic. This list is not complete. There's certain situations that I can't plan for you, or you can't plan for your neighbors, but you know what your specific situation is, so you can plan for that. I hope it helps and gets you started on your plan. Always do what's best for you and your family. Stay safe. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.